I get a lot of delusions on how I think. I tend to believe that something is going to happen to me or something that might be happening to me is, and I just go full well with those delusions. I just believe that they're reality, even though logically I know that's not the case. One of the extreme examples for me is believing that I'm being followed, or believing that someone is out to get me, an assassin, or just somebody who's out there. I'll simply believe that that's going to be the case, even though logically I know no one is following me. Logically I know no one's going to kill me. But for some reason in my mind, I just believe it. I believe that to be true. And I had an extreme episode of this recently with my family and my friends. In fact, I had convinced myself, or I had believed, that everyone was just going to kill me. I believed that my family, that my friends, everyone was a dangerous psychopath who was just simply out to get me. Now, I wasn't hearing the voices when this happened. The voices weren't telling me. It was just something that I had believed. And so I had locked myself in my mother's room, and we had work to do at the time. There were things that we needed to get done that day, and I just locked myself in the room, and I was just sitting there, and the thoughts were just racing through my head. I'm gonna be dead, someone's going to kill me, my heart pounding. Legitimately believing that this was the case. This isn't like when I get other delusions where I can discern rationally that it isn't true, but I still believe it. In this moment, it was as if my thoughts were not registering clearly, or as if they weren't coming together fully to the point where I had sincerely believed that these actions were going to be levied upon me by these family members, that I was going to be dead the next day. That was the train of thought that was going through my mind, and obviously I know that that's not the case. Obviously I know no one's gonna come out to get me right now. I know that's true, rationally speaking, but at the time the delusions and the emotions just overtook me so heavily that it had been something that I believed. So I don't know. It was a weird experience. It was a weird episode to have. And I believed that it was true. I believed that people were coming after me, and I couldn't have that rational voice that I usually have that tells me these delusions aren't true, these delusions aren't real. I didn't have that. I was just freaking the fuck out, like walking back and forth and just repeating words to myself, and ultimately I had ended up dropping down to the bed and falling asleep. But before that point, the thoughts were just racing in my mind. I was just enraptured with these horrifying ideas, and I believed them. I believed them when I was there, and like that's the weird thing. That's the part that I don't fully understand. That I believed what was going through my head, and I don't know. This is a problem I need to deal with. I get paranoid episodes like this quite a bit, of me just simply believing something is going to happen when it's not. There's a reason I have Tails Linux. There's a reason that I have a VPN, that I have Tor, that I have Bitcoin, because I believe the FBI is after me. Not the FBI, the government. The FBI is a typical one with schizophrenic people, I feel like. I feel like FBI is like the stereotype that people go to with people with schizophrenia, but no, I just believe that there's somebody out there is tracking me. They're gonna get my data. They're coming for my cheese pizza, So, I lock it up. I lock it up with Linux and all these other Tails Linux and all these different things, so I don't know. Paranoia is fun.